Yes, hi. My name is Dr. William Conti. I'm a clinical psychologist here in Southern California, and this is my initial going live with my new channel, YouTube channel, definitely basically dedicated to the amazing singer, Grace Vanderwaal. And the name of the channel is Amazing Grace, Music, Art, Psyche, and Spirit. I first became aware of Grace when I saw her video uh, on America's Got Talent. Of course, the initial audition was incredible and went viral all over the world. I've followed her life and story for many years. Of course, she was 12 then, and now she's around 20, I think, maybe 21. She impressed me as a unique, one-of-a-kind individual, one of those that comes along every so often to channel this special something from another space, which we may not understand how that all works, and channel it out here to the community of the human race, of people here. In Jungian psychology, we might say that she's a mystic in the way that she's able to conceptualize, host, and entertain in her mind experience, transmute it into feeling, content, music, emotions, performance art, in a way that it has the power to reach at least me on levels that I can't completely explain myself. So this process can't always be explained rationally and verbally using cognitive phrases or words, but we know it when we see it, and we feel it when we feel it. I saw an interview that she did recently in 2025 to promote her newest album, then Child Star. And she was on the Zach Sang show. And as that interview progressed, and she sat there articulating her experience from her childhood all the way through to today, and what it was like being famous and so much expected from her. I was a psychologist who has spent my life exploring the psyche from a Western psychological perspective, vis-a-vis Freud and all those, and then more the psycho-spiritual aspect under C.G. Jung, the famous Swiss psychiatrist. I realized that what's going on with her, what's coming through her, is more than just content. Meaning she'll talk about what she went through, She said she using the word gratitude makes her feel sick just hearing that word, because once she became famous, her family there were a lot of problems going on at home, which of course the public wouldn't know about. And everybody's telling her, well, you don't have any right to complain. You should be thankful. You should be grateful. You know, you won $1 million on America's Got Talent. All these people think you're wonderful. And she talked about how that was quite a double dose of we really aren't interested in what's going on with you on an emotional level as you try to navigate the years between 12 and 20, what any normal teenager or any normal person would have to go through. That her job was to maintain a happy, smiling face for the public, but even for her family. In the interview, she described it in this way: I had to completely separate myself from emotion, neglect, pain, grief, these terrible deep feelings I was feeling, because how dare I have those feelings when people that I love in my own household are struggling with their lives. And what she was doing there was she was trying to describe how this latest album, Child Star, was her attempt to convey that experience out, again, that psychic trauma, spiritual experience out to us, to the community, you know. In Jungian psychology, there are a lot of ways that we try to get at the psyche other than a person sitting down and saying, I'm depressed. We have sand play therapy, where a therapist might have a shelf full of many, many figures from life, trees, animals, people, buildings, and they will make a scene in the sand out of those items. Those items all carry some psychological or archetypal energy. And my teachers would call those sand trays a waking dream. The psyche of the person is trying to convey to you their experience. What's the condition of that psyche? Like where and what phase of development are they, or are they in complete chaos? They're not in any phase of development. Or another prized media in Jungian psychology are dreams. So my analysts would always expect me to show up with a dream, which I did, because in a paper I described a dream as a peephole into the psyche. The psyche is trying to tell us something, and the psyche often communicates in symbols. It doesn't just say, you know, I'm feeling like I don't know what this is all about, what this world's all about. I'm thinking about killing myself or whatever. That person may never not even be in touch with consciously that feeling, but the psyche is telling you kind of like a sideways, you know, here's what's going on with her or him. In Grace's this newest album, she absolutely accomplishes that with an A+ in spades in her performance art. That these are each one is a separate production, a separate vignette, performed physically, with music, with singing, etc. perhaps a person who isn't psychologically oriented may not quote, get the message. They may not be able to get what she's portraying or conveying. Maybe even, I would say, exercising from her soul. But most people would probably get a hit of something, although it may not rise to consciousness, but their spirit internally would see it. So I feel that Grace embodies that kind of presence who is here in this world, and she's doing that. She was doing it before this last album, which of course is much more a mature, conscious, intentional project on her part at this age. But she started having that effect on me, being what we call sometimes a sensitive to an individual's spiritual, psychological, emotional energy. So all this by way of saying, well, if Grace is having this kind of an impact on me, one person, although be it I am psychologically oriented and do work with people on in their deep psyches, I wonder what her effect is on others. And I mean, I've watched videos of hers online, and I can read people have responses to her, like her musicality and her voice and her talent, etc. But I just wonder on other levels just how she's affecting people. So that's what this whole channel that I created is going to be about. And I hope to, this channel will also become a podcast where I will find, and if anyone's interested, feel free to let me know, people who are interested in coming on and sharing and discussing their insights and experience of Grace herself, her spirit, her story, etc. Because I am open to hearing about that and to being impacted and affected and learning from others other than just my own experience of her. So stay tuned and look forward to hearing from everybody about what we've talked about today. Thank you.